Hi everyone. Here is the part 3 of normal labor and delivery. I have already discussed about labor interaction and stages of labor with my previous lesson. Here I will discuss regarding the nursing management in first stage of labor in detail. This stage extends from the first sign of labor to full dilatation of cervix. There is usually wide variation for the duration of this in both primary and multiparous mothers. It needs active management in this stage to prevent complication or problems for mother as well as fetus. For better outcome of labor and delivery, it need to fulfill these objectives mainly. Here the objectives for managing labor are preparation of mother for smooth delivery in second stage, and monitor progress of labor, maternal well-being and fetal well-being. In this management part, we need to concern of every aspect of mother and labor suite. Preparation of labor unit should include environmental preparation for mother and neonatal care unit with instruments and linen and medication using labor. It need to follow standard precaution to avoid complication. Mother should admit to the hospital, especially for antenatal unit. And do the nursing care and need to collect details history of pregnancy and pre-pregnancy period. In maternal examination part, it should do correct checking vital signs and general examination as examination of whole body and especially abdominal examination of upper and lower pole of abdomen. Next, other biochemical investigation of blood investigation as blood group in NRH, hemoglobin, blood glucose level, and these are the fundamental investigation of identify problems of anemia or diabetic complicating pregnancy and RH incompatibility problems. An urine analysis test, it can indicate as pregnancy induced hypertension with albuminuria or gestational diabetic mellitus. Next, in this abdominal examination part, fetal size or fetal growth can be assessed with correct abdominal palpation and checking of symphysiopundal height. Then fetus which feels small or larger than expected is associated with fetal problems like IUGR or fetal macrosomia. If you feel that the fetal abdominal symphysiopundal height is smaller than expected, it may be IUGR or fetal macrosomia with large abdomen or multiple pregnancy. The next abdominal examination can be used to determine fetal lie and presentation also. We can follow steps to this abdominal examination as inspection, palpation and auscultation. It is important to know whether the lie is longitudinal lie or oblique lie or transverse lie. And it is also important to know the presentation, Kepalik presentation, breech presentation or shoulder presentation with oblique lie. Next, assessment of descent and engagement of fetal head, and it can assess the progress of labor with it, and it should be do before each vaginal examination. This amount of descent is assessed by palpating how many fifths of the head are palpable above the pelvic brim. Next, assessing uterine contraction. I have already explained of contraction in my previous lesson. It need to monitor contraction interval, duration and intensity. These are very important part to assess the labor progress. Vaginal examination also gives findings as labor assessment. Then cervical dilatation in centimeter in relation to the hour of labor. It is reliable indicator to note the labor progress. The next position of head as anterior or posterior, or whether it is flex or not, and degree of descending with ස්ටේෂන් එක අපි බලන්න ඕන කොච්චර ඩිසෙන්ඩ් වෙලාද කියන එක, සර්වික්ස් එක ඩයලේට් වෙලාද, මෙන්න මේ ටික වැජනල් එක්සැමිනේෂන් එකෙන් බලන්න ඕන. And these are the findings we can identify with vaginal examination. Then amniotic fluid or color of the LICO. Color is normally clear, and it is greenish or meconium stain. It indicates fetal distress. Fetal distress එකක් නම් අපිට ඒක ඉන්ඩිකේට් කරනවා මේ ලයිකෝ කලර් එක greenish වෙලා නම් අපි කියනවා ඒක meconium stain නම් එයාක fetal distress එකක්. එක කෙපලික් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක fetal distress එක ඉන්ඩිකේට් කරනවා meconium stain ලයිකෝ. breech presentation නම් ඒක මේ normal මේ greenish color එක. Then degree of molding of head. Molding means overlapping of skull bones, and presence of caput formation, or then those are the findings of vaginal examination. Monitoring of fetal heart rate is very essential in labor management and identify fetal well-being. We can do this fetal heart monitoring by auscultating by Doppler or Pinard stethoscope, and another special electronic monitoring method, cardiotocograph or CTG. Fetal heart rate baseline level is 110 to 160 beats per minute, and it should have variability. With normal or reactive CTG, it should have acceleration, and it should not have deceleration in rhythm. It need to have continuous fetal heart rate monitoring throughout labor period in first stage. With the assessment of amniotic fluid with rupture of membrane, it's normally clear. Meconium or blood stain indicates some problems, as I explained earlier. Normally it is watery and no strong odor. Foul smelling indicate that chorioamnionitis or sepsis. Then amniotic fluid expected amount is 500 to 1200 millimeter. Mother with polyhydramnios, she may have more than 2000 milliliter, and oligohydramnios may have less than 500 milliliter of LICO. We should do good psychological support for mother in labor, as a psychological condition may influence her labor progress. Welcome her warmly and encourage to attend this labor process with positive attitude, and we should provide friendly home-like environment in our labor unit. We need to facilitate for involving close family members for attending in the labor process as labor companion for her better psychological support. Then we need to express caring and dependability, and being an advocate for childbearing mother. We need to ensure that mother is accepted whatever her reaction and behavior may be. It need to manage asepsis in all interventions. And intact skin provide a barrier to microorganism. That's why it need to protect skin integrity. Asepsis measures should be followed with episiotomy or perineal lacerations. When the damaging of fetal membrane prior to the labor, it may be a cause for chorioamnionitis also. So it need to follow aseptic measures with artificial rupture of membrane. The next, maintain appropriate general hygiene. Cleaning body and environment, it's you need to reduce organism to access mother's body. Always practice good hand hygiene method for mother and caregivers, and keep the perineal area clean and dry well. Then restrict for unnecessary vaginal examinations, especially for managing asepsis. Ensure bladder and bowel care during first stage as gradually descending, present in part compressing urinary bladder that distended or full bladder or loaded rectum with feces will lead to delay in labor progress. So encourage mother to pass urine, or we need to assist her with bedpan or catheterize with aseptic cover. Bowel should clear with enema, and organism of perineal hair may infect the mother's vulval area. Then for shaving or trimming of pubic hair is better for managing vulval cleaning. Usually in the first stage, mother allowed to walk around if the membranes are intact. It will help to descend the fetal head and reduce the labor duration. If, however, labor is monitored electronically, or if mother is with analgesic drugs or opioid drugs is given, she should be in the bed. Mother can maintain her position as a wish in this stage, as standing position, walking, sitting, or squatting. But if she is in the bed, side lying position is a very good position as resting position. It promotes progress of labor, and it facilitates relax between pushing effort. Assure for mother's nutritional level, it is not better to keep mother in fasting as mother may become dehydrated or acidosis. Therefore, we need to offer lemon juice or fruit juice and plenty of water. But food is withheld during active labor as delayed emptying of stomach in labor. Then IV fluid is continued where any intervention is anticipated, or it need to continue oxytocin infusion with IV infusion. Pain during labor is caused by contraction of the uterine muscle and pressure on the cervix. Therefore, pain relief and promote comfort by different pain relieving method as pharmacological method or non-pharmacological. Commonly we use opioid or pethidine 50 to 100 milligrams, or Entonox. Entonox means 50% nitrous oxide plus 50% oxygen, and or epidural anesthesia. Then we can use or spinal anesthesia as pharmacological method. Another method, homeotherapy or hydrotherapy, or these comfort measures we have to use as non-pharmacological method. With these comfort measures, that back rubbing, then again we need to explain about deep breathing exercises, so attention focusing or imaginary method, or changing of position and movement, and touching and massages. Then these are the method we have to apply as non-pharmacological method. So documentation or keeping records and reports is another very important part in managing first stage of labor. This is an important tool for evaluating care of mother. Then this is a partogram is a main documentary method for documentation in first stage. The partogram is a key record of events in labor on a single sheet of paper. Then we can monitor all these aspects of mothers with this partogram. Here is one image of partogram. Then you can see these main components including in partogram. Firstly, mother's maternal information, fetal well-being, labor progress, and medication we are using in labor, and maternal well-being. We have to include these parts in the partogram. Then you can see these things need to monitor under these main components. Under fetal well-being, the fetal heart rate, Lyco color or caput molding, and those are the things we should assess. Next, under the labor progress, here is the area or space we have to monitor under labor progress. Cervical dilatation and amount of fetal head descending, and regarding contraction of uterus need to monitor that, report in the partogram. Then here medication used in labor should document in the specially oxytocin infusion may be used as labor induction or augmentation. Next, maternal well-being, vital signs, urine analysis, urine output, those are the things we should measure and document in the partogram. Okay, so I will stop this part now. Again, I will discuss about other part in labor management in other stages of labor with my future lessons. Thank you very much.